All right. Welcome back to Language Arts with Mr. Barnhart. I'm not sure where Diego and Maximo are. Oh, and other Diego.
I'm here.
Maximo didn't come to school.
There's Maximo. Yay! Hello, Maximo. All right, come on in. Oh, sorry. Diego, come back. All right. Welcome back to Language Arts. Fix your maps. All right. So today for Language Arts, let me do this. Today for Language Arts, we do have our attendance question on Google Classroom, so please open your computer. Maximo is in the meeting. Hi, Maximo. So your attendance question is on Google Classroom. It says, during the Socratic Seminar today, what is one thing that you will try to do well? So think of the last Socratic Seminar you did. What's one thing you should try to do better this time? Maybe it's asking questions. Maybe it's answering questions. Maybe it's referencing the text, like using a quote. Maybe it's helping other people to talk. Maybe it's sharing in turn speaking, being respectful. What is one thing that you want to try to do today? And we are going to prepare for our Socratic Seminar. So here's how we're going to prepare. Maximo, open up the things you need for the Socratic Seminar, and I'll put the computer in the middle of the room so you can hear everyone. Today's Socratic Seminar. Yes, I told you 1,000 times yesterday. And everyone else, we're going to make a big circle just with your chairs around the middle of the room. So Matthias's desk is going to be the middle, and that's where I'm going to put Maximo and the computer. And everyone else, you just have to make a circle pretty big. You don't have to social distance like super far away, just like a normal spacing. So you go in a circle right around Matthias's desk. So a big circle, like right here. So any questions about creating the seminar prep? No? All right, so when we create your Socratic Seminar prep, it'll look kind of like that. Just a circle in the middle, around the middle of the room. You don't have to move your desk, only moving your chair. And make sure you're prepared. You have 5 minutes to make the circle, and then check all of your documents to make sure you're prepared, and then we'll start. So circle first, documents, ready, set, go. 5 minutes. And Maximo, since you are virtual, just make sure you have these documents ready, and I'll put this in the middle of the room once the chairs are prepared.
Okay.
Cool. Perfect.
I spilled water.
What? You can have so yeah.
Marcela, Joshua, por favor, cantas bien.
All right, Gabriel, where are you going to sit? So, yeah.
Marcela, ¿estás cantando? Marcela, cantas bien vos. Gracias, mi ahorita.
Yeah. close. And Diego, you can use that desk if you want to hold your laptop. All right. So make sure you have all of your documents ready for the Socratic Seminar. I'm going to move this to the middle of the room so Maximo can hear us. So Maximo, I'm going to have you facing this direction. I need everyone to do a quick sound check so we can see if Maximo can hear us.
Maximo!
So wait, I'm going to go around the room, and as soon as my finger starts pointing at you, I just need you to talk, and then as soon as my finger goes away, you can stop talking. So you can say your name, you can say hello to Maximo, all right?
Hi.
Hi.
Louder.
Hi.
Okay, you have to talk that loud.
Hello.
Hi.
Louder.
Hi.
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 Louder.
Hi.
Louder.
Inez.
Hi.
Louder.
Hi.
Hi.
Louder.
Hi.
Only the person I'm pointing to. I'm checking. Raquel.
Hi.
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 Dá um gallo.
Hi.
All right.
Hi.
How loud you were when I pointed at you is how loud you have to be so Maximo can hear. Maximo, can you turn on your camera?
No, I'm on PC. Like I'm on
Oh,
desktop, so it doesn't have a camera.
So Maximo, here's what we're gonna do. Marcella can see you. So if you have something to say, just turn your microphone on or raise your hand. And Marcella will see it. So Marcella, it's not hard. If you hear Maximo or if you see his hand raised, I want you to make sure that you just tell everyone. Just say, oh, Maximo has something to say. If you miss it and I see it, I'll be over there and I will also see it. But I need you to help me look to help Maximo, okay? So Maximo, Marcella is going to help to let everyone know that you're ready. All right, Socratic Seminar. So for your Socratic Seminar, remember that during the seminar, you have 25 minutes to talk, but to help you a little bit, up on the screen, these are like the level 1 type of questions because you want to start talking about the article, and then you'll go on to talking about, Then you'll go on to talk about like level 2 questions, like some harder questions, and then level 3 questions. So the timers are going to help you with your seminar. So for the first 5 minutes, you're just talking about the topic, bullying. Where have you seen bullying? How would you define bullying? Things like that. All right? Any questions before you start your Socratic Seminar? All right, Diego, you can just open it up and join it, okay? All right, I'm going to start the timer. So you have 25 minutes to talk.
Which group will be first?
You're all one big group. So you're all talking about bullying, and you can use your article for evidence. So it's one big group.
But are we gonna is there like a time to let's say 7 minutes, you do the first level, then the second level 2 for like 8 minutes, and then level 3 for
You'll have like 5 minutes where I'll have just the level 1 up like this. And then you'll have like another 10 minutes where you can keep talking about level 2 and another 10 minutes. The timers are just to help you so you know how far you are. So it'll be 25 minutes total. Mr. B is not going to help except for on the screen there's ideas. So if all of you are stuck, you can look at the screen to see ideas to talk about. All right, here we go. 25 minutes. Here's the first 5 minutes, starting right now.
I think that cyberbullying is super bad, and I think that it's all around the world because a lot of teens are experiencing.
Yes, I agree with Katya because the most teenagers experience cyberbullying because in the article it says recent reports from the city show the majority of US teenagers say they have been victims of online harassment or bullying.
And those and like that bullying can have very like long term effects that are like very bad. Like there's a protein that the levels go up when you get stress and bullying, and then you can have like tumors or other like diseases and horrible things.
I also learned like in my article said that lower income families or people have more chances of being bullied because they bully people just of how they look and how from where they come.
I I also read that. Like, I didn't read that, but I know that a lot of people just do it to like because they want attention. On the inside, they like feel bad about themselves, so like they don't think of that when they do that to someone else.
Yeah, many people like bully to say they got have like many insecurities or are having problems, other type of problems in the home and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that it doesn't matter if it's like on the schoolyard or like cyberbullying. Like I think it means like the same thing.
If you open the article in section 1 in the second paragraph, it says, parents often roll their eyes when this conflict happens. So, how would you react if you were a parent in this situation?
Many parents don't give it enough attention because they think like, oh, you can just ignore the messages and stuff like that. And but so other parents like have put more attention on what their children are going through on. But it like depends on your family and stuff like that. Then some parents don't put enough attention. Some kids can suffer it more because they believe like no one is helping them and their parents aren't don't care for them.
What I also learned in like paragraph 3 of cyberbullying, where is most parents, it says like more than 66% of people are being bullied. So like that means like more than half of the people. So like if like someone in this classroom may have been bullied, so like I'm wondering how do you feel when someone is being bullied?
Just, I wanted to add to what Gabriel had said that in the article it said that like kids were feeling like the schools or like teachers weren't paying so much attention to this topic as parents. Like parents were paying very much attention.
I think also kids don't like to go into the mama getting food. I mean, sometimes, but sometimes they just keep it to themselves and like just uh, like just they stress themselves out by themselves.
Yes, I agree with Ian because some kids have not that confidence to tell their parents or teachers, so they keep them to yourself, and I think that it's wrong, and that the kids who are being bullied should like tell the teachers so they have help.
I agree.
I have a question that like do you ever feel like bullying will ever end or will stop at some point?
So I think it will stop because like people sometimes like just want attention and like we want to we want to just like bully people like to think they're cool and I think it will be a problem that will never stop.
I I agree with Diego because I think like there is no way to end it. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing people can do about it.
I agree with this because on the article it says like a lot of teenagers are online. So like they are online, they like people bully them because they're
Yeah, I agree with Katya and Ezekiel because in the article it said that like for example being poly had long been considered and challenging aspect of adolescent life. That means that like bullying has always existed, but now cyberbullying has become more common due to devices. Yeah, I think
something I wonder is that like if parents can do something about it, or like teens should solve their own problems.
I believe that if some parents jump into the problem, it could help or it could get worse because some people are like, oh, you cannot defend, but you cannot defend yourself and all that stuff. So it depends on how we can jump into the
I
problem.
think an important part is like also the kid that is being bullied needs to know like if they don't know how to handle the conflict, uh, they can like the protein or it goes up. But when they know how to handle the conflict and like know how to chill the other person down, uh, they start this conflict and then the protein doesn't go up.
Yeah, I also think that bullying can lead to other things that kids can start hurting themselves.
I agree with you because like it can affect their mental health and like they can harm themselves and like bullying can affect their future lives and the relationship they have with others.
Like sometimes when people are being bullied, they think that they are the problem, but sometimes it's not necessarily that. So that's why it leads like to those struggles where they think that they're the problem and they start like self-doubting themselves.
I agree with Sarah because like most bullies don't actually like bully one person. They bully like a group of persons. So like I think like the people that are being bullied think that it's because the how they look and things, but it's actually like the bully's fault because like he like has a lot of insecurities that he bothers other people.
Yeah, I agree with Matthias and Sarah. Of what Matthias said that it was like a bully bullying a group. I think it's like the other way around, a group bullying one person. But yeah, I agree with both of them that they said like that it's not them and that it's the bully.
I have a question. Do you guys agree or disagree with your author's opinion?
Oh, I wait, repeat the question.
I
Do you agree or disagree with the author's opinion?
I agree with the author's opinion because like the author's opinion was that women should like talk on that like kids should like and do something about bullying for their parents and like stand up for themselves because it can affect their mental health badly in the future and in the present.
I kind of agree and disagree because one of the things that my author said was that people are spending a lot of time in social media. So like what in a paragraph it said like that people are like constantly at social media and constantly in like using your smartphone. So I think like I kind of agree with that, but I also disagree because like it's not how much time you spend. It's like if you choose to listen to them.
And in addition to what Matthias said, like cyberbullying and bullying have like they can be different, or like they have the same thing. Like they both like just want to hurt and harm people, and they both equally as bad. And like they are both and they both to stop, and like they are both looking for the same thing, that is to make people feel bad for their stuff.
Maximo, did you have something to add?
Yes, I agree with Diego. I think it was him talking. I also think that I also agree with the author because I know that bullying is like a very big problem that is causing kids grow up and like have a fear of like insecurity and stuff like that.
I agree with Maximo because I think that like teens, like the victims start like having also problems. Like they can even have like depression because they feel so bad. No, like they have so much insecurities about themselves, but they don't realize that the ones with the problem are the bullies. They are the ones that feel insecure.
I have a question. Do you think cyberbullying will get worse over time or will it continue?
They think, I don't know, but I think maybe bullying was worse in the 80s and 90s and 70s. It was a lot more physical, but now it's reduced, and maybe that can also happen with cyberbullying and like, uh, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
think I think that maybe it will continue a little bit more because like when we move on to another year, there will be more technology, and in the article it says that like a lot of people on the internet and the people who are in the internet are being bullied. So there's more internet like más adelante, it maybe it could be more.
Yeah, I agree with Ian, especially because she said that before it was more physical, but I think that now that we are like getting more technology and like advancing more on that like term, I think it, like there is some bullying that's physical. I'm not saying like there's not, but it's more like from technology.
I agree with you and with Katia, and like what a question I have is that imagine like what would happen if social media was banned. All social media was banned due to cyberbullying. Like what would people say and how would they react?
I think like they would be people would be very mad because like there's also a lot of things you do on social media, not just everything. And I also think bullying will increase like because yeah,
I
like
think
physical bullying.
I think that that would actually make the problem worse because many people have maybe like jobs, like for example Instagram. People have like social media that they promote their jobs on, and if they don't have those that social media anymore, then how do they promote their job?
I also think that it's a good thing and a bad thing because, like Sarah said, a lot of people can lose their jobs, and I also think like you cannot communicate with a lot of persons if you don't have social media.
I agree on Matias that like if we don't have the social media, it's harder to communicate with other people because it would like if the computers or the phones wouldn't exist, like we couldn't communicate with people easily. Like so,
I noticed that the author said like there is many types of cyberbullying, like that the most common type was name calling, that like that people spread false rumors or that there are like physical threats or more.
What percentage of parents were rated to be bullied or harassed?
Like in a schoolyard and cyberbullying can have their like differences because in schoolyard bullying you can get more physical, you can get hurt physically, but in online bullying or cyberbullying you can get hurt mentally and that psychologically, and if both of them are really bad, but should both of them have good differences.
Maybe that that look up like I think like while this cyberbullying is like can hurt you physically, I think that cyberbullying can hurt you mentally more. So I think they're about equal, but I think they're like yeah they're equally as bad. I think like
Yeah,
school
like it's physical pain, but then it goes away physically.
Yes,
If you scratch your elbow, you will end up at something. But
I agree with Gabriel because like when it is psychologically, it can lead to a major like mental problem. But like physically, it cures it.
I disagree with Gabriel because he said that the pain goes away. But I think that when someone hits you physically, like it stays more with you and you are literally scared for going to school.
And also, like, you can have an insecurity of, like, oh, that guy beat me up. I'm insecure of myself. Like, uh, not just like the physical thing, like that psychological thing that's staying along.
Yeah, and sometimes like it's like in cyberbullying, and they say like you're ugly or like that. Maybe you can like actually think that you're ugly and like um act like you're ugly and like that. Act like it really is true.
One question that I have is what form of bullying do you think is worse? Like schoolyard bullying or online bullying?
I think that it's online bullying because online bullying, like they say lies about them, so a lot of people start to believing them and all that. En cambio, si es bullying, okay, everyone sees you and like everyone knows what is happening.
I disagree and agree with you. Like I think like there's like it's just like there's only one way. Like Gabriel said, like there's not only one way that you can be bullied, like physically and like cyber. Like there's different levels of being bullied either way, and so I think it depends on the level on which you got bullied.
Yeah, like I would learn because like in physical bullying, they can like physically hurt you, but in cyberbullying, like if it's like very like deep or very mean, like it can hurt as that as physical.
I think that cyberbullying is worse because sometimes it's anonymous, so you don't know from who is coming. But I think that in physical, like you can, it's more probably you can stop it from telling a teacher or standing up for
I
yourself.
respectfully disagree with Marcella because I think that like in career bullying, you can like have both. Like you can have like mental and physical like bullying. But in cyberbullying, you only have mental.
I actually disagree with that way because I think that cyberbullying is harder to get rid of than schoolyard bullying because like there are teachers around in school supervising and like but in cyberbullying like it's anonymous and if you block them they can make another account to still bully you and like it's gonna be very hard to get rid of it and you will be mentally damaged.
I agree with Marcela because Marcela said like it's worse being cyberbullying like because it's anonymous. Like I agree with that because sometimes like you don't know who is from and like you're scared because like you might think that it's someone but it's not actually them.
I have a question. Like, is the bullying from the 1980s or 1990s harder or like lesser than in today's world? And if so, does that affect like the research that they did uh, on the kids from like when they were 13 on the 1990s?
In my opinion, I think it's mostly like the same because I think like if there would have been technology back then, they would have said those same things, but there wasn't, so like there was more physical bullying.
I think that the thing is that nowadays the bullying that people hide behind computers, like don't say those things in person, and that can also affect because back in the day you didn't have computers to say stuff, and you have to say them face to face, and mentally like really back then was worse because of the physical pain and stuff like that.
Nina, what do you think of it?
Um, I don't know. I have another question that I would like to ask. That question is, how can cyberbullying impact teens in a positive way?
Um, I think that cyberbullying can affect you in a specific way. Like if you are like if you did something bad to yourself that negatively affects you, like if they bully you out of it, you can like be better and like be more socially accepted.
I think also like you get like know how to handle better conflict in the future, like physically or uh, um, technology. And so, so
I agree with Ian, and I think that it also makes you like build, like it makes you stronger.
Yeah, I agree. And even though like we do have these positive things, it doesn't like outweigh the negative. So we can still like avoid.
yeah, I totally agree.
I agree and disagree with this because like while it can make you a stronger person, like you can also like have trauma and can't get over it, like of how much you were bullied and the problem like still continues.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Like, there's still some positives, but like the negatives still outweigh the positive. But there is still a positive there, but like
Yes, I really agree with you because like while there is good, like there is more bad and like that's why cyberbullying should be avoided like at all costs.
3 more minutes. That timer paused. We have 3 more minutes. 3 minute warning.
School minimum, like,
That timer broke.
the 3 minute warning doesn't exist.
The question that I have is that what would
About a
change
3 minute warning
now
maximum. 3 more
only
minutes.
adults would be able to use social media.
I think adults are more control
Okay.
of 14-year-old kids in terms of social media. They know how to handle. And like, uh, my parents always say, don't say dumb stuff on social media because it can also affect you in the long term. And,
Yeah, but
the
because
parents know the long term issues their kids don't think there is any consequences on them.
yeah, because like imagine if you want to go to this university and like the coaches like you wanna play soccer, the coaches like search your social media, search like what they can go way back messages from way back and see if you're like a good person, if you do good things and that can also affect you. Like if you do something bad right now, 5 years later, 7 years later when you want to go to college it can affect you.
How would you react if a like you were in a schoolyard and another kid would be bullying another one?
I think I would keep it to myself at the start because I wouldn't like think about it that much, but it would be there. But if it keeps going on, share it with people I like trust.
I disagree with you because I think that it's better to stop it right away than that kid suffer more.
Yeah,
So I think I would tell a teacher.
why would you why would you like wait?
Because if it's just like a one-time thing, like it wouldn't matter that much to me. Um, but if it's like an everyday thing, then yes.
I think it's also important to know like the two points of view. Uh, why is this kid bullying the other kid? Is he just like mean or did the other kid like make him like the other kid angry and the kid that got angry started bullying the other kid?
I think that if someone do something to you, like you don't need to start being fight or something. Like, I don't have a person or me now. How would you deal with cyberbullying if it happened to you? If it happened to you or to you? Um, I would feel first I would be scared because I don't live with someone that I don't know and like it just pops up. And second of all, I would I would probably like start to get angry and get confused. But um, the best thing that I could do was tell an adult so that that person could so that the problem could be solved.
In addition to what Nina said, like I know that that's like what she would do, but in my opinion, like the best thing to do would be like block them immediately, and if they create other accounts to bully you, like just make yourself private.
I wonder if like people like strangers or like yes, like strangers can also cyberbully, or if it's just people you know.
All right, let me pause this. That was 25 minutes. How do all of you feel about that 25 minutes of discussion? Like,
It felt like 5 minutes.
it felt like 5 minutes? It felt like an eternity? Showing on your hands, because I'm curious, how do you feel about how you did on a scale of like 1 to 5? Just on one hand. 5 being really good, 1 being you didn't talk at all. How do you think you did? Maximo, you can write it in the chat. How do you think you did, scale of 1 to 5? I would do 10, but someone in a class doesn't have a working hand. I see lots of 4s. You see lots and lots of 4s, 4s and a halves. Okay, nice. It's about the end of class. So tomorrow we're going to do your reflection, and you'll see. I don't know if I'll have the grades all in by tomorrow, so I recorded that so I can listen to it and double check what you all did. But all of you were really respectful. There were no like big interruptions or anything. Everyone spoke, so no one is going to get an NE because you all did the work. I'm going to listen to the recording later, and I'll have your grades in probably by like Monday. But tomorrow we'll do the reflection. Okay?
Okay.
All right, head back to your seats. Head back to your seats. Maximo, because you're virtual, the only homework is read theory, and if you did the retake on no reading, that's the only homework.
Okay.
All right, see you, Maximo. Have a great day.